Hello everyone, please stand. May request Jade to lead the prayer. Amen. Good morning class. How's everyone today? Great. Before you are going to take your seats, please arrange your chairs properly. And due to COVID-19, we must observe cleanliness. Remember class, that cleanliness reflects your identity. If you're done, you may now take your seats. Let us check your attendance first. Is there anyone absent from the class today? Good. Who can recall our previous lesson? Yes, Antoinette. Yes, we talk about the active and passive voice. Who can differentiate between the active and passive voice? Yes, Mark? Okay. And what are the patterns we're going to use in active and passive voice conversions? Yes, Kevin? Very good. Those are the patterns we're going to follow in active and passive voice conversion. Do you have any questions regarding our previous lesson? If none, I assume that everyone learned it very well. Let's move on to our new lesson for this morning. For that, let us work first on this. Compare and contrast the following sentences. Everybody, read the statements A and B. Alright, so what made the statement A different from statement B? Jason. How about the others? Mark. Very good. And what is their similarities? Alright. So based from your answers and from these statements, what do you think will be your lesson for this morning? Yes, correct. We're going to talk about reporting speech. But before we proceed, let us find out first our objectives. So at the end of the lesson, you are expected to, everybody read the first objective. Differentiate the direct to indirect speech. The second one, identify whether the sentence is direct or indirect speech. And the third one, change the direct into indirect speech and vice versa. So who has an idea on reporting speech? Yes, Irene. Reporting speech is all about on what someone has said. Very good. So, what is direct speech? Everybody read. Yes. In reporting speech and indirect speech, we don't need to change the exact words of the speaker. We're going to report it word for word. And second one, yes, it appears in double quotes, or we can see a quotation mark, which indicates that that is the actual words of the speaker. Yes, third one. Alright, so we can see a comma after the introductory or reporting verb. Lastly, in question, yes, a question mark appears at the end of the quotation marks. Let's take a look on these examples. What have you noticed in the statement? Yes, there is a comma at the or in the introductory. What else? Yes, a comma after the reporting verb. What else? Yes, there is a quotation mark which indicates that this is the actual words of the speaker. Take a look at another example in questions. Everybody read. What have you noticed? Yes, Anne. Yes, there is a question mark within the quotations. It indicates that this is the question that the policeman asked. Try to look at the second example. Yes, there is also a question mark within the quotations. Let's take a look at another example. Everybody read. What have you noticed? Very good. There is a comma at the introductory, and after that there is a quotations of the speakers. How about the second example? Everybody read. Yes, very good. Have you noticed the comma in the quotations? Yes, it indicates that it is directly reported. Let's move on to indirect speech. So, who has an idea about indirect speech? Yes, it is an opposite of direct speech. Have you noticed the prefix in? What do you mean by the prefix in? Very good. So, meaning it is not direct. Okay, everybody read the first definition. Yes, there is changes, or there is a change in indirect speech. It is not word for word, unlike the direct speech. The second one, Mark, read. Yes, we cannot see a quotation mark in the indirect speech. The third one, read. Yes, the comma will be replaced by the word that. But don't get confused when you cannot see the word that in the indirect speech, because you may or may not use it in the indirect speech. Lastly, in questions, yes, we cannot see any question mark. Instead, what we are going to use? Yes, full stop or the period. Take a look on this example and notice what are the changes in these two statements. What have you noticed? Yes, the removal of the comma. What else? Very good. We cannot see any quotations in this indirect speech. Another example. Everybody read. Yes? Alright. So, what have you noticed with these two examples? Yes, there are changes. The comma is removed and the quotation mark. What else? Yes, the words itself has changed. Another example. Everybody read. Yes, what have you noticed? Yes, the removal of the comma and the quotations. What else? Yes, the words. The I, it changed to he, and changed to was. And later, we'll find out on why that happened. In questions. Okay, everybody read. Yes, what have you noticed? Alright, there is a change. The removal of the question mark as well as the quotations. What else? Yes, have you noticed that we are following this pattern? The WH, the pronoun, and the verb. Very good. Take a look at the second example. What have you noticed? Yes. WH plus noun plus verb and what else? Yes, the removal of the question mark, the commas, and the quotations. How about the yes or no questions? So we're going to use the if and whether to indicate that it is a yes or no questions in indirect questions. Take a look in the first example. Have you noticed the changes? Yes, there is an obvious change in indirect speech. What are the changes? Yes, the removal of the question mark and the quotations, as well as the use of the word whether. How about on the second example? Very good. Removal of the question mark and the quotation mark, as well as the use of the word if. Alright. So, there are some general rules that we need to follow in changing direct to indirect speech. That's why, as you noticed earlier, there are changes from the personal pronoun, from the verb, and from the time. So first rule, or first general rule. Everybody read. So these are the reasons, and we'll find out on how it came, or how it will be used. Rule number 1, everybody read. Alright, so where is, or what is the verb in this example? Yes, wears. In what tense? Simple present. Very good. How about on the second? Yes, very good. Alright, what have you noticed in these two examples? Yes, we change, the verb changed to from simple present to simple past tense. Second rule, everybody read. Take a look on these two examples. What have you noticed? Yes, the verb itself, the tense, we change from present continuous to past continuous. Third rule, everybody read. What have you noticed in these two examples? Yes, the tense of the verb change from present perfect to past perfect tense. The fourth rule, everybody read. Yes, what have you noticed? Yes, the tense of the verb. Yes, from simple past to past perfect. Very good. The fifth rule. Yes, everybody read. Alright. Notice of these two examples. Yes, the verb tense from past continuous change to past perfect continuous. Let's move on to the sixth rule. Everybody read. Take a look in these examples. What have you noticed? Yes, the change of the tense of the verb. From present perfect, it changed to past perfect. Very good. Past perfect continuous. Seventh rule. Everybody read. Alright. So compare these two examples. Is there any changes? None. Correct. It's because, based from the rule, when it is in the past perfect, it will never ever change. Last rule. Everybody read. Yes, universal truth. Do you know what is universal truth? It is a factual, general truth, and undeniable truth. Take a look on these examples. What have you noticed? Yes, there were no changes within these two examples. Is it possible that the sun will rise from the west? Absolutely no. No. Even if you are going to abroad, even anywhere in the place or in the entire place, you cannot see or find that the sun will rise from the west. It is from the east. Let's take a look on another changes. Yes, you know what are modals? Yes, these are the modals: will, can, may, shall, must, so on and so forth. And take a look what happened to the modals when you change to indirect speech. Yes, from will, you change to would. From can, you change to could. From may, change to might. And shall, change to should. Take note of these examples. What have you noticed? Yes, the first sentence from the first example, the modal will was changed to the modal would. Very good observation. How about the second sentence example? Yes, from can, change to could, and so on and so forth. Remember, class, that the modals could, would, should, might, and ought to in direct speech does not change when used in indirect speech. Take note of that. Okay. Let's move on to time and place. So in time, today, yesterday, now, next week, tomorrow, it changed to yesterday, that day, the previous day, the day before, then the following week. In the place, from this, changed to that. From here to there. Notice on these two examples, from direct to indirect. What have you noticed? Yes, the expression of time today changed to that day. How about the second example? Yes, from now changed to then. So on and so forth. So, do you have any questions regarding on direct and indirect speech? If none, let us have the group activity. Column 1 and column 2, you will be the group 1. Column 2, and column 3 and column 4, you will be the group 2. And the remaining columns will be the group 3. I'll provide the materials you need in this activity. And group 1, here is your instruction. So you are going to, I have here statements of direct and indirect statements. You are going to do is to discuss and explain the differences and changes in these given statements. So here is your materials. In group 2, I give you an article. You're going to identify and write all the direct and indirect sentences from this article. Did you get it? Alright, here is your materials. And last group, I'll give you an index card, and it contains the direct and indirect sentences. What we're going to do is to change it. Change each sentences from direct to indirect or vice versa. And here is your materials. I'll give you 10 minutes to do your activity, and after that, I'll choose somebody in your group to present and report in the class. Do you have any questions? If none, time starts now. Time's up. Let us check your output. Group 1, I'll choose Mark. And group 2, I'll choose Bench to report. And group 3, Anthony, you're going to report. Very good. So let's give yourselves a round of applause for the job well done. So do you have any questions regarding on the reporting speech in the direct and indirect speech? So if none, get 1/2 crosswise sheet of paper and we will answer this following. Alright, I'll give you 5 minutes to answer the following questions. We have two types of quizzes. First, 1 to 5, we're going to identify whether the sentence is direct or indirect. And the part 2, we're going to change the sentences from direct to indirect speech or vice versa. The time starts now. Time's up. We're going to check your papers. Who got perfect score? 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4 and below, kindly pass it in front. And copy your assignment. So do you have any questions? If none, hi. Let's request Anne to lead the closing prayer. Goodbye, class. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you and keep safe, everyone.